Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for an early morning stream. And let me tell you, it is way too early for me to be this energetic. So bear with me. I'm gonna. All right. Yeah. It's 9 in the morning. What are we doing here? It's good to be here. I told a bunch of you. Let me just adjust my legs. I was sitting on one of them like an idiot. I told you guys that I'd do a morning stream for all the people on the other side of the ocean, and here we are. It's good to have you here. I don't know why so many of you are here at 9 in the morning Pacific. Of course, it's other times elsewhere, but for those in the United States, it's Friday, right? Get back to work. I'm just kidding. No, stay here. Capitalism, am I right? How's everyone doing? I'm gonna go to the chat real quick. I'm gonna say hi to people. To all of you. Who do we got in here? Oh, let me switch that to live chat. Nice Nostalgia Nerd. How you doing? Alan S. Good to see you. Arisen. Always. Artie. First, stop distracting me. Arisen. Delightful. Artie. Welcome to the party. Good to have you here. Astro Geek. How's it going? Base 2 Cent. I mean, where else would you be? Am I right? There's me on the list. Hi, me. Oh, hello. Oh, stop it, you. Church of POS. Good to have you back. Captain Cactus. Delightful name. Love it. You've been here before, right? Dan Tippett. That's a name I recognize. Dreamer JS, of course. Where else would you be? Goosebump 801. Hank's Corner. Love it. Wait, where'd you go? Oh, there we go. Heather Logan. Yes. Hikari Ice Angel. A name we see here often. Inquisitor Bacon. Excellent name. You're here often as well. James K. John Coyote. Jolie Philly. Jules, the agent. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. I'm just trying to go quick. Kate Botter, Keeping It Criminal, my man. K-Far, my other man. Mama Schmida. I love it. Matthew Howard, Missy Lanny. Sorry, 99. Old Freak One, Penny Bedorf, Sarah Marie. Welcome to the party as well. Good to have you here. Shinigami. The chat keeps moving as people keep coming in. I'm sorry if I don't see you. I'm just going down the list. If you weren't here when it started, it's too bad. I'm just kidding. You're all welcome here, of course. Shock. Taser. Super Secret Squirrel. Yes. And of course, the friggin' Pope. Am I right? The Hornet. Tones Overthinks It. Hello there. And of course, Rennie, my moderator. Where else would you be? She just pops in. I'm like, hey, it's the morning stream. You can take a day off. She's like, no. I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she puts up with me this long, but I love it. She's the best moderator anyone could hope for. If I didn't read your name, I still love you. How's it going? How's everyone doing? So, what I missed? What do you guys say in the chat? Hi, everyone. Listening to NATO's briefing. I see this effing guy is live. Yeah, NATO's boring. Shh. No, I'm also very curious. It's weird. Some people are asking if I'm going to get mobilized or deployed to that area. Almost certainly not. We are not involved at a level that would require me to run or go for more runs and get a little more fit again. I'm within the standards, the Army standards, but I'm not where I'd like to be to actually go to war with Russia. So, yeah, that's a whole thing. But no, I don't know any like top secret details. It wouldn't surprise me if we had some Green Berets out there training people in secret, but that's just a theory. I have no evidence to actually support that. Obviously, we're helping in indirect ways because Russia being a nuclear power, we do not want a world war. Europe does not want a world war. Sanctions are not a bad call. It's obviously not going to stop the fighting immediately, obviously, but I think the idea is try to make this unsustainable for Russia, because the last thing you want is two nuclear powers. Nobody wants this. We've never really had an incident like this with I don't think a nuclear power being this aggressive. So it's still very much, people are like, oh, it's like World War II. Why are we letting them do that? Well, in World War II, they didn't have nukes. And Putin has indicated a willingness to use them. So, bad news there. But, yeah, no, at the moment, for those of you who have worried, because I know people have brought it up. Mic closer to me. You got it. See, she's the best. Anyway, it's a live stream, which means it's live. If I ramble too much, because you know I do, you just skip ahead if you're watching after the fact. If you're not watching after the fact, sucks to be you. You're stuck with it. Although you can complain in the comments, and I might, you know, take a hint. Oh! Lord and Savior, Taser Daddy. Thank you, Leanne. I'm glad you're off from work too, so you can be here. Delightful to have you. Now, I don't have a plan. I have some options. We've got a Karen compilation, always delightful. We have a Sovereign Citizen compilation. We can just go through it until we're done. I can read the comments that Rogue Nation has left me on my video I made about him yesterday and correct him live. Which just sounds like a good time. Kim, thank you so much. But what do we want? I mean, it could be a different option from that. It's up to you guys. This is a stream for you guys. For those of you across the pond, and of course, if you're not across the pond, you're still here. You're still involved. But what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Oh, comments from Rogue Nation. Okay. All right. Oh, a lot of people want that. Okay, let me just you get to watch my sass. Oh, it's cold in this garage. I tell you what. All right, a lot of you want Rogue's comments. Oh, that's me. Hello, me. All right, so I've actually pinned his comment, his main one, in the video itself. So if you want to read these along with me, by all means. This is my video from yesterday. Rogue Nation gets arrested after proving he doesn't understand the law. Now, there is some debate about whether or not it was an arrest or just a long, weird detention. There is gray area between arrest and detention, whereas detention is usually stay in place, although not always. For example, if you're detained in a dangerous area, you can be moved. But generally, if you're put in handcuffs, you're moved to a place and you're searched in a manner that is anything other than like a Terry stop kind of Terry frisk. If they're going into pockets, generally it's going to be considered more along the lines of an arrest, right? So there's detention, arrest, and then there's a little bit of a spectrum. It's a thing. It gets kind of weird and complicated. I would posit that it was closer to an arrest. Now, Rogue says that it wasn't an arrest because he was never charged. You don't actually need to be charged for it to be an arrest. For an arrest, it has to be you've met basically probable cause, which he had. He committed a crime. He met all the elements of at least one crime, probably two, in front of the officers. And so there's grounds for probable cause. I think if the police station argued, they might argue that it was just a detention, just because sort of fewer rules apply in a detention. That's not true. A detention is sort of a less. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to formulate sort of my emotions on this and do an explanation. A detention is not as big of a deal, so it's often a better call to argue that it wasn't an arrest. However, if it was determined in a court of law that it was an arrest, I think the police will still very much be okay. So I went in that direction. It's a whole thing. He's made that argument. He's still trying to make that argument and be like, he didn't do his research. No, it's not that I didn't do my research. It's just that I know what I saw. But let's see. Hi, Alan. Hello. Hey, Scotland. I love Scotland. Never been there, but I want to. Sorry, you know how I get distracted. I like to interact with you guys. By the way, so this Rogue Nation video that I did was basically just a live stream without the chat. It was a 40-minute recording that I just cut down, like all my unnecessary rambling. I just went, that went too long. No. But then, of course, when you have me actually live and I got you guys in the comments, it's very, I love talking to you guys about stuff and answering questions. So there you go. Huh. I see. Jen and Jeremy's baby. Thank you. It's dark in here. I don't think you exist anymore. Pretty sure. Also, Charlie Girl. Okay, read that right. Charlie Girl. Yes, I'm really glad you brought that up. Says they didn't want to clog up courts more during COVID, that these jackoffs get away with this crap. Yes, that is actually a major thing within the or over the last couple of years. Is COVID has really limited the prosecutorial power in the sense of manpower, if that makes sense. There are a lot of cases that need to be dealt with, but less manpower to deal with them. So a lot of these smaller things sort of get pushed to the side. Now, this was uploaded in 2020, in September 2020, I think. So that would have been right around that time where they just went, Ugh. So my guess is he was released pending investigation into the incident on his own recognizance, and then they decided not to file charges, if he's correct. Susie, thank you so much. Houston, heck yeah. Good to have Houston being represented, of course. So let's go over his comments, if we may. Now, he starts with, let's see if, nope, that's the wrong foot pedal. That's the one. We have this. Shocked that you cut it off right at the point the video proves you wrong. And then he links his own video. Now, that's a reference to a video he made of a video I made involving him, which was Tyrant Slayer Studios and Rogue Nation, where Tyrant Slayer Studios got arrested. And then he made commentary on my video, but he cut it off right as I was explaining what they got wrong. So he built it up and then broke down and was like, oh, well, this isn't relevant. This isn't relevant. Yeah, I was setting the stage for the actual argument, which he never made it to. So that's him just making a reference to that. The friggin' Pope. Streamers have foot pedals now, like organists. I wish I had an organ here. I'm just, I got little foot pedals, so I can boop, 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 boop. It's great. It's good fun. Anyway, so he says that, and I go, prepare for this ass. Oh, wow. The part where you were released on your own recognizance? Yeah, doesn't prove me wrong at all. Better luck on the next videos I make about you. And, listen to you pretend you both weren't given formal trespass warnings. That's absolutely hilarious. Go on. Tell me what the proof is. While you're at it, how's the lawsuit coming? Now, this I brought up because at the end of his video, I didn't think it was important because it wasn't. Rogue Nation says, oh, more lawsuits, haha, and says that they weren't given formal trespass warnings. They were. They were given many.
You guys go by here.
You can call the Ware County Sheriff's Office. And
so you're the only merit in the whole sheriff's office?
Yes, sir.
This is the police giving them formal trespass warnings.
So I'm being asked to leave because I'm filming?
No, sir.
Why am I being asked to leave?
You're being asked to leave because y'all was disorderly.
Not me. I asked her who she was. That's all I've done.
So again, they can refuse you visitation at any time for any reason. If you're not there for visitation, you have no reason to be there. I don't think disorderly conduct would be the appropriate charge, but I kind of stand by that. Someone said in Georgia, no, it does count. I don't know that it would be upheld. Yeah, so they weren't there for any purpose that building, that lobby is there to serve. So they have no right to actually occupy that space. Having a camera doesn't change that. And I reference at least 3 Supreme Court cases in this video, briefly. I put up the name, basically. I don't go into too much detail, but that'll set us up for some of the comments that we're about to read now. And he goes, Rogue Nation replies, and he goes, so tell me you are too stupid to look up if someone caught a charge without telling me. Which lawsuit? I have 3 going on right now. Oh, I forgot. You can't look that up either. Ha 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 ha. So Virginia can be, especially in this area, it's actually kind of hard to get that information quickly, and it wasn't relevant to the video because it doesn't matter if he was charged or not. We watched him break the law and meet the elements of crimes. So, there's that. Oh, he also replies, oh, by the way, can you quote the case that restricts free press, not free speech or expression by the public forum doctrine? Now, that's relevant because he was in a non-public forum. There are various types of public fora when it comes to government-owned buildings. So government-owned buildings are considered public. That doesn't mean that they're publicly accessible. But for those that are, there are 3.5 different types of fora. You've got traditional public, which is your sidewalks, your city parks. And those are places that are designated for basically the freedom of expression. It's where the most freedom of expression can be expressed, right? If I want to stand on my soapbox and make a speech, public park, sidewalk, as long as I'm not blocking the use of the sidewalk or unreasonably interfering with others' enjoyment of the park, I can do that. I can swear, I can do whatever. Alec, thank you so much. Says, can't wait till Sunday. Yeah, we're going to go impersonate sovereign citizens online. It's going to be great in a video game. I'm excited. We will talk about, remind me to talk about that later. All right. Other types of public forum. You've got semi-public or, I don't know. There's some stuff in the middle that it doesn't really matter getting into. But then you got non-public, which is, it's open to the public for a specific use. And they do not have to designate it for any free expression activity. Now, in a traditional public forum, if you're going to limit the freedom of speech, it is subject to time, place, and manner restrictions, has to serve a significant government interest, it has to leave open alternatives for expression, and it has to be content neutral. When it comes to a non-public forum, the restrictions only have to be reasonable, because this isn't a place designated for the freedom of expression. So they can't just make things up for no reason, but they can make rules that are reasonable, that meet a reasonableness test. And I actually went over that in the video. Is it reasonable? Is it not reasonable? And he's trying to say free press does not count as free speech or expression under the public forum doctrine. No, free press falls very neatly under freedom of expression, because press is technically the publication. However, over time, court rulings have clarified, and I think correctly so, that news gathering is part of that expression, and therefore the news gathering is also protected. But yeah, freedom of press falls on freedom of expression. This is made very, very clear through the public forum doctrine. If you read anything on it, it's a whole thing. Now, before I keep going, Susie, thank you, says, what's up with the CMMG 9mm? I saw a Second Amendment audit in a park saying it's a pistol and can be open carry. CMMG 9mm. Hold on. See? Oh, it's an AR pistol. Okay, so AR pistols they meet the technical definition of a pistol per like the ATF and federal law and whatever. It's a thing. If you can open carry a pistol in a park, then technically, yes, you should be able to open carry an AR pistol. Now, it looks like a rifle, but the laws have not caught up to that sort of thing to address that. So at the moment, yes, it would be considered a pistol. It's kind of a dumb idea to be doing that because you're guaranteeing police contact, basically. But Sarah Marie, thank you so much. Says, I wanted P. Barnes. Also, you are still quiet. You pulled the mic closer to you, then moved your chair back, and the volume pull you up, and I'm struggling to hear you. Please turn your mic up. Let me see what I can do. That should help a little bit there. Thank you for letting me know. But let's see. So anyway, public forum doctrine. Correct me if I'm wrong. So he goes, oh, wait, no, I say, sorry, me this time. Sweetie, he hates that. Sweetie, you were in a non-public forum. This was repeatedly discussed in the video. Yes, it was. Guess those lawsuits aren't doing so well if they're still going, huh? Womp womp. Wait, I have something for this. Ooh. So good. I don't have to look up whether or not they decided to pursue charges. You filmed yourself meeting all the elements of the crimes. Whoops. Now that whoops I learned from, who was it? Merbeast, Merb 34th Street. He likes to go, whoopsie, which is very adult of him. But I sometimes feel like I might as well have some fun with it and reference the old man. Chris Norton, how's it going? How you doing? What's up? Good to have you here. All right, so Rogue Nation goes, I was in a non-public forum. Agreed. Now you show where the right to free press is restricted by the forum test. Wait, I can do this better. I can do it better.
Not free speech, but the actual word right to free press is restricted by the public forum test. There must be many cases out there, but just one will do.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, at this point, I thought, for some reason, I thought he was asking for a Supreme Court case, and I think I called him out for that, and I shouldn't have. That's on me. I'll admit my mistakes, of course. We'll get to that, though. Yes, there are cases that say that I am not his mother. I don't have to change his diaper. So I didn't take that bait because it doesn't have to specifically have those words. That's a logical fallacy. Hold on, I'll think of it. Is that a straw man? Maybe? No, it would be something. Maybe. I don't know. It's something. It is a logical fallacy being like, it has to say this specifically. It doesn't, actually. It is well established that the freedom of press falls under the freedom of expression, and freedom of expression is often referenced when it comes to the public forum doctrine. So, there's a whole thing. Tons overthinks it. Says, Blue Bacon, these people think that being press somehow makes them entitled to special privileges and exempt from rules that regular people have to follow. That is a good point. It's something I brought up in the video, is that the press doesn't get any special access that isn't granted to the public. There are a lot of cases on this. But yeah. Oh, Rogue Nation. Oh, Rogue Nation says, he's in the chat, by the way. He says he can't find a case. No, you cited the case, champ. Glick versus Cunniff? We'll get there. Moorish Italian American, thank you. You pay your taxes. Not a very good Moor, are you? I'm just kidding. There's a difference between Moorish American and Moorish Science Temple of America, and I don't want to make assumptions. And you might not be either of them. The Dutch Doyle, how's it going? Good to have you here. Anyway, so he also goes, because he can't put this all in one comment, he has to make a bunch of comments. He goes, so they had video evidence, they still did not charge me. Cool story, bro. Yeah, that happens sometimes. The thing called discretion, which I think I told him. Oh, why, yes, I did. Well, at some point I did. Oh, yeah, no, I did. I go, oh, sweetie, because of course I did. The public forum doctrine is about the freedom of expression, under which freedom of press is covered. Filming, a function of news gathering for the purpose of that expression, falls very neatly within court rulings. I'm amazed you've never come across them. It's so incredibly simple, champ. It's funny, I actually just talked about that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Chibi Peach, thank you so much, says, Rogue, or pretending to be Rogue, says, suit was filed. Were you even served? Suit against me was not filed, to my knowledge. I'm thinking he might be talking about a suit against that department, the sheriff's office, the jail, the whatever. Yeah, people can file suits. That doesn't really mean anything. It's like One Stop 14th Amendment Shop is getting real excited about a civil suit that was served, or that was filed in India against, who was it? It was against Bill Gates because someone died due to vaccination complications. Yeah, that's not gonna, that's not gonna, yeah, it was filed and people are like, haha, a win. No, yeah, you can file it. You still got to win it, though. And the odds of that being won, no. Hank's Corner, thanks so much. Great stream here. A little something for the apple juice fun. You know what? It's 9 in the morning. I might as well finish this off. I'm not drinking more than this. It's 9 in the morning. But for you guys, I will. Quizzer Bacon asks a good question. Oh, no. Thank you. Keep forgetting. Oh. So good. All right. Inquisitor Bacon asks, if you're press, why can't you go through the same process as others and call ahead to set up whatever you're doing or whatever you're trying to do? Because what he's trying to do is catch them unaware. But he doesn't understand the law that surrounds that sort of thing. Because, of course, he doesn't. He actually, there's a comment that he asks about that. He's like, oh, does CNN call ahead to, or no, does CNN need permission to film in a, what was it, in a DMV? Well, CNN doesn't film in DMVs unless there's something newsworthy, at which point you actually have a lot more protection if the thing is objectively newsworthy. But when it's not, if they're doing a story on generic sort of DMV, they want to be inside, they call ahead. They want to do it from the street, they don't need to, because there's a difference between a traditional public forum and a non-public forum, or a designated public forum, or a whatever the fourth one I can't think of right now. More like 3.5, but it's the whole thing. Anyway, yeah, this is very well established stuff, and Rogue has been doing this for a long time. It's amazing he doesn't know this yet, because this isn't hard to learn. but he refuses to understand intentionally. That is his intent. So, Gary T gets involved. Love it. I'm going to leave out other people's comments in the interest of time. And then I tell him, oh, you poor thing. Do you not understand discretion? No, of course you don't. Because he doesn't, right? The officers don't want to charge him. They have the discretion not to, almost certainly. I'm still quiet. I am not quiet. I'm very loud. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let me... All right. Try that. Anyway. Oh, and then he goes... This is Rogue, by the way. Let me just... Oh, that's fun.
Moreover, the court's decision in Glick was premised on its own precedent in Nakabuchi versus Boulder, which established an individual's First Amendment right to videotape public officials engaged in conversation in a public area of a public building. Stating that because the journalist's activities were peaceful, not performing derogation of any law, and done the exercise of his First Amendment rights, the officer lacked the authority to stop them.
Now, if we look at Nakabuchi versus Boulder. Oh, okay. We've got... This is... What is it? Is it Boulder, Colorado? Is that... Or was it Aikabuchi? Oh, my mistake. All right. Where was this ruled in? Let's see if we can actually read it. Chibi Peach, thanks so much. One more boop, you got it. Boop. Let's read the case. All right. Well, Bolter. Yeah, it's Bolter, not Boulder. Champ. Better luck next time. All right. So this was the First Circuit, United States Court of Appeals. Now, this took place in Georgia. What circuit is Georgia? Georgia Federal Circuit. It's the 11th Circuit, champ. First Circuit is like Massachusetts area, is it not? Oh, that's so weird. Let's see. Pembroke Town Hall. Let's see where Pembroke Town Hall is. You can't even cite the right federal district, champ. Oh, it is Massachusetts. Oh, I was right. Interesting. Interesting how you got that wrong. Anyway, I don't even need to read it because that's not even the right federal district. Well done. So, he also, he left another comment. Let's do another comment, shall we?
The fact that the person recording public police conduct...
Okay, well, he wasn't recording public police conduct, but okay.
...is a private citizen is insignificant. As the court has noted, the First Amendment right to gather news is not one...
Yeah, no, it's not about you being a private citizen. I have no problem with you being a private citizen. The problem is that you were loitering, right? The press, and I cited multiple cases. One was a Supreme Court case that was just sort of a generic... What was that one? That was Brandsburg versus Hayes, which in it establishes that the press rarely... Oh, Hank, thank you. Save your taser, daddy. People. You're right, Hank. He has earned the Big Bopper. Good call. Love it. Now, Brandsburg versus Hayes, or versus Hayes. Thank you, Marietta. Establishes in part of it. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but it says that the press generally isn't granted any more right to be in a place than the general public would be. So if you're not allowed to loiter without a camera, you're not allowed to loiter with a camera, right? Unless, of course, there's something newsworthy, which there wasn't objectively in this situation. So it's a whole Chris Jackson, don't you bring up maritime law. Don't you do it. Don't give me an excuse to whip this out. Don't do it. Maritime law. Anyway. So, yeah, no, he's citing things that are not relevant to the situation because he's trying to be special. So, he keeps going. Says,
public and press have equal access once government opens its doors.
Yes. equal access, meaning that if the public can't loiter, you also can't loiter. It's that easy. It was explained in the video quite clearly. Well, I'm not going to say clearly, but there was a lot of explaining of it.
What does that mean, Professor Bacon? Why do none of these cases that say the press and public have the same right of access, why do they never say unless it's a non-public forum?
Well, because the public has, so the cases address the public's, what they can do in a non-public forum. So if the press gets the same right, then the press also gets what the public gets. Way to go, proving yourself wrong, I guess. Right? So you're saying, why don't these cases say the press, but also these cases say the press and the public have the same rights? But champ, the cases, if they address what the public can do, that must also cover what the press can do if they have the same rights, right? Not complicated. So at some point, he referenced a case citing Glick versus Cunniff, which, okay, yeah. When he brought up Ayakabuchi versus Bolter, and I addressed that, which I already addressed, but I'm going to read what I told him. Glick versus Cunniff? Seriously? Not only is that not a Supreme Court case, that thing that you were so adamant I prove, I was thinking of a different comment that he left elsewhere, unfortunately. I'll admit that mistake. I thought this was the same comment thread where he was asking for a Supreme Court case. And it might have been someone else asking for a Supreme Court case. It happens a lot. That's on me. That's my mistake. But only works in my favor, really, at this point. It's not even the right district for your situation, which is not, because Glick versus Cunniff, I think, also is the first district, a place that he's not at, because this incident that we're talking about happened in Georgia, but Rogue's primarily operating in Florida, both of which are the 11th district. And basically, usually those rulings in those districts are relevant to state laws within those districts. So once you get out of the district, it becomes a little more iffy, although it can still be applicable, but I'm going to let the judges make those decisions, not me, because, of course, why would I? I go, and let's not forget this from the case, Glick versus Cunniff. To be sure, the right to film, To be sure, the right to film is not without limitations. It may be subject to reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions. What? Time, place, and manner restrictions are part of the forum doctrine? Oof! I guess there's your evidence that press falls under the doctrine, right? Literally, they're talking about the freedom of the press and going over the public forum doctrine. It's great. And then he brings up Hutchins versus... I referenced that in my video at 332. And if I scroll up to 332, we see that I did, in fact, reference Hutchins versus KQED. All right? And he decided to also reference it. Like, champ, did you not read it? Did you not? Oh, yeah, citing Hutchins right there. So I say, did you really bring up Hutchins, a case I referenced in my video, because it establishes the press doesn't have the right to access areas of a jail in a manner not granted to the general public. Maybe try reading the things you're talking about, like I do, before you try to get on my level. Now, Hutchins specifically was, there was a suicide in a jail, and the press wanted to gain access to that part of the jail to do their investigation or their story or whatever. And the jail's like, you can take thank you, Xana, sorry. You can take a tour like everybody else, but we don't have to grant you special access. So the media company or whoever sued, and the Supreme Court is like, no, why would you be granted special access? And similarly, if you're using the lobby for something that is not allowed to the general public, you don't have a right to be there, which is why a lot of auditors, and I actually referenced this in my video as well, they'll buy a postage stamp if they're doing an audit at a post office. They'll request documents if they're doing it in a police station, because then they are using that space for its intended purpose. And it's not just loitering. But they didn't do that here. They were not smart enough to do it. All right, so let's keep reading what I said. But this video wasn't really about your filming, was it? It was about your loitering. If you had watched it, you would know that, since that was the main topic of discussion. Would you care to keep embarrassing yourself on my channel? You'll continue to be featured on it either way. For example, right now, it's just too easy Feel free to pick up the microphone from where I dropped it. Oh no! Rogue Nation is still getting things wrong. Hold on. Well, he's not technically, but he's still being foolish. He says, so that case says press has the same access to the lobby as the general public? Hey, bud. Yeah. So if the public can't loiter, neither can you just because you have a camera. Woo! You have to be using that lobby for its intended purpose, which you weren't. We've gone over this multiple times in the comments. I'm going over it right now, and you're still confused. And I don't understand. I don't understand. Loitering is standing around without a purpose, says Rogue Nation. No, loitering is standing around without a purpose that is consistent and in line with the purpose of that building, with whatever its function is. So if your purpose, I don't care what your purpose is, right? What if my purpose is just to like stretch my legs for 3 hours? That's a purpose. But does that mean I can stand on a desk in the middle of City Hall? No. I mean, that adds additional things. But just because it's my purpose does not mean it's a valid purpose. The purpose has to be consistent with what the function of that building is. Your loitering was not consistent with the function of that building, since that part of the building was basically specific to visitation. You didn't realize that based on the fact that all of the rules. Oh Jesus, Rogue, we are. I explained this to you in the comments, and I've already gone over this in the video. He says, "Oh, so CNN needs to renew their license to do a story in the DMV. If they don't call ahead, yes, they can be told, hey, we're not going to have you here. They call ahead, champ, because they know what they're doing. Shocking, I know. It's really that simple. Unless there's something newsworthy. If there's like a fight going on in the DMV and they enter with their cameras to film it, yeah, that's probably going to be okay because it's newsworthy. Okay. But if they're just standing around hoping to make something happen, no. And that introduces all sorts of other problems. So CNN calls ahead, buddy. I've explained this to you multiple times, and I'm explaining it to you again now. I don't understand how you're this confused, but we'll keep going. You've been doing this for years, have you not? How have you not learned these things? It's incredible. Incredible. You've had nothing but time to figure it out. Now, Scriptcat, he is protected under the freedom of press. He might not be considered news media for the purpose of several laws. But news media and press aren't necessarily the same thing. That gets into a weird thing. Artie's speaking up. I'm going to read it if you don't mind, because you generally have some just valuable nuggets, and I love that about you. Rogue Nation, but that's the crux of the issue here. The press does not have greater rights than the public. That goes both ways. If the public is free to be there, so is the press. If the if public is, the chat keeps moving. If public is not permitted to be there, then neither is the press. Beautifully done. You know, I'm rambling it out. He's taken it from his own wealth of knowledge and putting it into something that can be understood better than the stream of consciousness. Love you, Artie. Ooh. Notice me, senpai. No, it's always good to have you here. Anything else you want to say before I move on? May I? Do you mind if with your permission, sir? May I move on? I'm just going to move on. So, since he likes to leave multiple comments, I have to respond multiple times because it's just, anyway. So I respond again. I say, sweetie, a jail is a non-public forum. I cited 2 cases that say the press and the public have the same right of access in the video. And he's still getting it wrong in my comments right now. But okay. Rogue Nation, what are you talking about? Thanks for agreeing with me, Artie. Yeah, he's agreeing that you messed up, guy. You're basically establishing that you messed up. You don't have the right to loiter in that lobby. Sucks to be you. Anyway, if I may. All right. Oh, I'm kind of proud of this one, actually. Sweetie, a jail is a non-public forum. I cited 2 cases that say the press and the public have the same right of access in the video. Let's try to keep up, okay? Try not to get arrested before you manage to slap something coherent out of your keyboard. I don't know. That was a fun little comment. That was a fun little fun. Anyway, here he goes.
Does the public have access to the jail lobby?
Not to loiter. This was discussed in the video. Maybe try watching it before you continue embarrassing yourself. Then he goes,
Is this a non-public forum also?
now I did not watch that immediately. It's a link to a video where he basically was in a different jail lobby and he was not arrested or kicked out, but that's because he was requesting documents. He was using the space for its intended purpose. And while he's using that space for its intended purpose, the filming is probably fine. The problem in this video that we're discussing right now was the loitering. Congratulations. You learned. You figured it out. Well done. 9 a.m. is not too early for whiskey. For apples. I don't know where whiskey. Crazy. No, it's definitely apple juice. Anyway, other people get involved, and they get involved well, I may add. And I respond to him and go, don't know, not planning on watching what is almost certainly an attempt at a red herring fallacy. I do love calling people out for their fallacies. Not a good look, champ. You're really just going to ignore the fact you cited the case that answers your own challenge? Really? The challenge being, find where freedom of the press falls under the public forum doctrine. And he stood in the comments of this video, the live chat. He said, you couldn't find a case. Where were you during that conversation where I said you provided it? It's like he just ignores everything ever. It's nuts. I can't fathom his inability to grasp a concept and hold on to it. But that's fine. Some of us are better. I go, let's not forget the fact he won't address the fact. I used fact twice. That's on me. That's my bad. You don't have the right to loiter in the lobby of a jail cell. Super simple stuff. Only people get involved. And Rogue goes,
Crazy that I just posted a video of me in a jail lobby in Georgia.
Again, you using that lobby for its intended purpose. There's a big difference. Big difference. But he goes on.
Jail lobbies have many intended purposes. Visitation, bond, providing information to the public, etc.
Now, here's my question. Were you doing anything related to that? Were you there for bond? Were you there for visitation? No, you said you specifically weren't. Were you there for providing information or receiving information? No, you were just standing around like a fool. And that's loitering. But we went over that. We went over that in the video, did we not? Yeah. Oh, this is great. He responds to Archangel 3, who might be here. Are you here, Archangel? He'll. Sorry. Rogue Nation, what? The issue, he's in live chat. The issue isn't the camera. It's the loitering. If you take away the camera, and the action will be considered loitering. Having a camera does not change that. You were loitering. The issue wasn't filming. It was the loitering. The loitering. Ha! It's so simple. Anyway, so Archangel 3 gets involved. Says, you're not pressed nor are you a journalist. Now, technically he is. Is he news media? Technically, in some places, he would not be. But he responds. Article 1, Section 4.
Article 1, Section 4 of the Florida State Constitution. Read it and tell me what the word everyone means as it's used in that section.
Champ, you weren't in Florida. You were in Georgia. Why would the Florida Constitution be relevant? Come on, son. Freedom of the Rogue says freedom of the press to gather info is not loitering. Champ, you don't have any right that isn't also available to the public. Our Lord and Savior, Taser Daddy. People. Thank you, GB Peach says your next song could be lines sent to your colleagues to videos, them singing their parts, then clip into a video with you tying it together. Already kick, taco, etc. That would be amazing. That's a good idea. All right, Rogue Nation, let's address your comment. Freedom of the press to gather info is not loitering. Okay, so again, take away the camera. Is it loitering? Then yes, having a camera would be loitering. You're in a non-public forum. It's not designated for filming or the freedom of expression. Okay? You are not acting in consistent. Let me rephrase that. Your actions are not consistent with the purpose of the jail. This has been explained many times. If you take away the camera, because you only have the same right as the public, if it would be loitering without a camera, it is loitering with a camera. The exception that might apply here is if there's something newsworthy. I would say objectively there was nothing newsworthy happening because you entered to try to cause an issue, to try to create something to film. That doesn't count. That makes you the problem. And that could be considered disorderly conduct or a variety of other things. Aaron, thank you so much. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying it could be in certain states. I'd have to go Virginia again. Aaron, thank you, says, here's one. If he is press, why doesn't he adhere to the ethical standards of press? One of them is to avoid stories in which you have a bias. I mean, great question. Ethical standards are more of a guideline than an actual rule. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. Anyway, solid reference there. It's fine. But Artie responds to Rogue and says, again, if you adhere to the principle that the press have no greater rights than the public, which I generally agree with, then why the emphasis on being a journalist with officials? Fair. Rogue Nation says, take away a basketball from Shaq and he's loitering at the arena. Is he playing in the game? Is he playing in the game? Is he part of the team playing in the game? The purpose of the arena, I assume a basketball arena, the court, right, is for the game of basketball. So if he's playing the game of basketball, then he's not loitering. If he's not engaged in the act of playing basketball, then yeah, that could be loitering, right? If the game's not happening, he just walks in and just standing in the center of court, they can be like, hey man, first of all, is this a public court? Is it a private court? No. A public one, first of all, surely one could consider a public basketball court a traditional public forum of some sort. Wouldn't be a non-public forum because there is freedom of expression, right? You're yelling things out while playing the game. You might do a little trash talking. It's not a non-public forum. You're using an example that doesn't actually fit here. Well done. Not really shocked that you would do that. But what a terrible example. What a terrible example. What is that, red herring? Would that be a red herring fallacy? Or is that a whataboutism? I don't know. It's a bad one, though. My God. Yeah, why would you bring up the Florida Constitution and the incident that happened in Georgia? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's most of the good stuff. And as we see, he didn't read it. He didn't understand it. He's in the comments making the same comments that have already been explained and addressed and proven to be foolish. Love it. But is there anything else you want to say? Anything? Come on, Rogue. Say something that is actually smart for once. Let's go. You got a minute, and then I'm going to move on. I'm waiting. Do you want me to draw it for you? Do you want me to draw pictures, Rogue? Is that going to help? I'm watching the chat. I'm looking. I'm waiting. He had an entire minute to think of something clever. He didn't. What a shame. Why is this called the super secret morning stream or whatever I called it? I don't know anymore. Because it's a super secret morning stream. That's why. Of course. I'm not banning him for that. We're having too much fun. Liza, no, I didn't order the stripper pole. My girlfriend said no. She reminded me that my standards of doing things is, if I ran for public office, would this come back to haunt me? And this channel is already a risk. Not that I think I would run. I don't know if I would run for public office. Maybe someday. Maybe. But that's sort of my standard of like, what's the line? Is if this would hurt in a run for public office, like no question about it, hurt. Should I do it? And I think stripping on the internet might be a problem. Maybe. She liked the idea for like fitness, right? Like, oh, it sounds like a good workout, but streaming. No, she doesn't sound like that. Sorry. She doesn't sound like that. Maybe someday in the future. But Script Cat says if you run for office, make sure your zipper stays closed. That's a reference to Hyde. What's his name? Hyde? Martin Hyde. Oh, yes. Frank Perry, thanks so much. Says morning apple juice, very appropriate. Apple juice, great for breakfast, apple juice. Tell you what, you guys get me famous enough to not need to run for office. And we will revisit having a poll in the House. How's that sound? But anyway, all right. What do we want? Do we want a little bit of sovereign citizens? We want a little bit of Karens and Darrens, gender neutral. Sergey, which office am I going to run for? Well, president. No, I don't really want to be president. I think it's something local, just maybe Seattle City Council. Start there, sort of get a feel for it. I wouldn't mind mayor, governor, working my way up, but I'd like to start small, if anything, and see how I liked it at that level. I firmly believe that a lot of the changes a lot of people want to see happen at a lower level than they think, and so a lot of people ignore that when it comes to voting or running for office or whatever. And I think a lot of change can be affected from a what might be considered a lower level of government. I think it's all important, and I think I'd like to try to make change around me, and then see how the system works and how it functions from the inside. Because I know how it works from the outside, but from the inside, try to make my little part of the world better. And then if it turns out that's doable, try to make other people's parts of the world better. But, start selfish and then become more generous about it. Just because there's a lot of motivation when you are involved, right? But the problem with that, I'm not trying to be like, I'm going to be selfish about it. The problem is avoiding being selfish about it. What's best for me versus what's best for everyone else. But I think we all benefit the most when everyone is benefited as opposed to the individual. I'm not terribly motivated by personal success or money or whatever, but I do really appreciate having, the community in which I am in be successful. So I'd like to start there, I think. But yeah. All right. Sorry, I got distracted. Sovsits or Karen Darrens? Karens, I see Karens. Jassa, all the votes. I'm gonna need all of them. To make an election merch. That would be fun. President of Russia. I do have a Russian sovereign citizen video that I've made that I have to edit and put out. All right, we got Sovsits, we got Karens, Sovsits, Karens. Y'all need to make up your minds. All right, let's do Karens right now. We'll make Sovsits its own stream at some point. I think that's a good call. So this comes from Retail Nightmares. Don't strike me. Tones, thank you. This Karen's not a name, it's an acronym. Navish, arrogant, rude, entitled narcissist. Ooh, I like it. I love it. Good call. But how's it going, Taco? And Degeneration Nation, good to have you here as well. Anyway. Rogue Nation's still going. He doesn't understand that his time to shine is over. I might bring him back out into the spotlight later. All right.
Hurry up and get me out of here, please. Yes.
I'm going to guess shoplifting, and she's being detained in place by security. That's my guess. Don't know. How's it going, Judy?
Yes, they said the card is fake. And they got my ID and everything. He's serious. He said that card is fake. He took
Okay.
my ID.
Fake cards.
Yes.
We'll get to the good stuff.
Please get me out of here. I'm in PC Richards by the door. They not even let me through. They got my passport and everything.
Yeah, you're detained. Citizen's arrest, essentially.
Please get me out of here. Please. Please hurry up and get me out of here.
Foot stomping. It's getting serious.
Hurry up and get me out of here now. Please.
Okay, so this.
All right. No, not much happened there, but looked like a situation of the old fake ID. I said hello to Taco. You crazy. I'm being told to say hi to you, Taco, which is fair because I wanted to.
The thief
All right.
is he home for this club?
Why is your
I don't need his commentary. I want my commentary. First of all, this man appears to be lactating. Tell me I'm wrong. No, I don't think I am.
phone in my house?
Why is my phone in your house?
Good question.
What?
Is it in your house?
Oh, see, that's a sign of deception right there. He goes, "Why is my phone in my house? Is it in your house? What?" Asking a lot of questions like that. I'm not saying it is deception, but that's something that sort of triggers the old alarm bells. When people are trying to buy time to get to come up with an answer, they'll often repeat a question or turn a statement into a question, buy themselves time. So, did this man like break in? What's going on?
You're gonna have to explain that to the cops.
I didn't take. Did you grab my phone when I set it down when I was showing you this?
Oh, don't.
I didn't touch your phone. Where's my phone? Did you take my phone?
You're a horrible liar too, dude.
Where's my phone?
How'd you get in my house?
I didn't touch your house or go in your house. I was knocking on the door. trying
Well,
to
we're gonna
phone.
stay separate until the police get here, so we
Okay,
don't.
that's fine, but
Smart.
Where's my phone?
I can't give it to you. It's my proof that you're in my house.
I wasn't in your house.
Well, somebody was. Somebody was in my house, and my vacuum's missing.
I didn't take.
Now, folks, if you're going to hold someone's phone as evidence in this kind of situation, make sure the police are on their way. Because otherwise, a claim of theft can be made. And it's probably not going to be won, but it does make things more complicated for you.
Take your vacuum. Why would I take your vacuum, dude?
I don't know. Why is your cell phone in my house?
I don't know because you grabbed.
That's kind of creepy, bro.
Do you remember?
It's kind of
I
creepy.
didn't go into your house, dude.
Then why are you so nervous? Why are you sweating so much?
Because I've been looking for my phone for 40.
No one sweats because they're looking for their
Give me my
phone.
phone. You can't hold my property.
Okay, so
All right. Yeah, looks like the guy may have entered taking a vacuum. At least that's how it would be investigated. Is that how it would happen? I don't know. Might be enough for a warrant to search the guy's house. I mean, the presence of the phone in the house is pretty good evidence against him. But, yeah, holding the phone for the police to arrive, not bad. Not necessarily a bad call, but make sure the police are on their way. The guy, he got way too sort of very quickly, which is another sign of deception. Basically, a person who's telling the truth when confronted, or someone who did not commit a crime when confronted with a crime, will often start very calm and then escalate to that kind of behavior. Where like, what are you talking about? I didn't do it. Because someone who didn't commit the crime generally knows they didn't commit the crime. They have nothing to worry about, but they will get frustrated. Someone who has committed the crime will often become very, very defensive and start very aggressive and then peter out. He appears to have started very aggressively. We don't know when the actual start of the confrontation was, but we have that as a sign of possible deception, and then him repeating questions is a possible sign of deception. Also, someone who legitimately lost their phone, if they know police are arriving, it's not unreasonable to believe that they're going to be like, okay, we'll wait because I know I'm right. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's a liar, but there are certain signs that are indicators that there are questions that need to be asked in that situation. This whole like, oh, I caught someone lying. Oh, like you can prove this, like, oh, the facial expression, whatever. TV wants you to think it's really, really simple. It's more of a spectrum, right? There are signs of deception, and it's the totality of them. As they add up more and more, what it does is lead you down, what lines of questioning, and, it's more of an emotional sort of application to the situation. It's a whole thing.
This group of girls realized that somebody was taking their pics, made sure that he only proposed and
We were just told that you were taking photos of it. Are you with them? Is there any way that we could see your...
So this appears to be a public mall. A lot of public malls have prohibitions against photographing other people in the facility. Now, public mall technically is a private area that's open to the public. So this could be an issue for him. Could result in a trespass if they were able to prove it. I don't know if they go in that direction. But Rogue, since they're still here, some things to learn about photography in public. This is a private place. They can make rules of entry and, rules that are conditions of entry and occupation, which is an informal way of saying, what you need to do to enter and what you need to do to be allowed to stay. So he could be trespassed for that. Potentially, if those rules exist. Depends. And if the manager of the mall, if that's what this is, makes up those rules on the spot, cool, they're the manager. So, sucks to suck.
No, that's okay.
Rogue Nation is going to Cali to show Silent Void and the rest of those West Coast auditors how to actually audit. Are you going to teach them more stuff that's wrong? Well, good luck with that, because they're already pretty bad. I don't think you're the person to fix them. Sorry, champ.
Why can't we see your camera roll if you weren't taking pictures of us?
He doesn't have to show the camera roll. It's a fair question. He absolutely doesn't have to show the camera roll.
Camera roll real quick?
No,
Can you just pull out your camera roll?
I wasn't. No, don't worry
If you
about
want,
it.
then why can't you pull out your camera roll?
It's a good call for him. Just walk away. You're not going to win that. Like, the guy, if he's taking photos, like, that's real weird. He can walk away. Also, probably don't follow them, because that can go into the territory of harassment, stalking. You're probably not going to get convicted for it, but it can cause you some issues. But, like, in that situation, if they walk away, it's probably best for you to just walk away, because did he commit a crime? Not necessarily, but, you might want to get a security guard involved and be like, hey, this guy, I think he's taking pictures of us. Let them handle it. If they mess up, then it's on them, not on you. Pro tips.
I'll get rid of it.
So it's really weird to take pictures of females in public without their permission, so you should never do that again.
Yeah.
Imagine if they were your daughter or somebody related to you.
I know.
That's not okay. Just delete them.
Yeah, I will.
I'm asking you to delete them.
Okay, so that sounds a little bit like a confession to me. But, yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't.
In front of me.
No, I will.
In front of me right now. You think I'm joking? Delete them in front of me.
Honestly,
Camera's not
he should just walk away. I'm not trying to take his side, but, like, objectively, he should just walk away. He should just leave.
I see you shake. I see the photos. No, I see them right there. No, I see the photos right there. Delete them.
All right.
Delete them.
Don't worry.
You see that, guys?
It's, not bad for him to do it. Good for him.
1,
But,
2,
like,
3, 4, 5.
also-
Now go in your trash bin.
No, that's my
Go
son.
in your trash bin. Anybody recognize this man? This is somebody
No, hey,
that takes pictures of females in public.
I love the guy's face. That's a recognizable face right there.
No, don't worry.
No, I'll
about it.
call you out. I'll call you out and he's weird. Don't
Okay.
ever do that.
Oh, yeah. We have 2 Rogue Nations in the chat. Oh, I love it. Was I bamboozled? Did I get bamboozled about teaching West? Hold on. Did I get bamboozled? Oh, I did get bamboozled. Oh, you fake Rogue Nation, you got me. You got me when he said going to California to teach the West Coast auditors how to actually audit. That's not the real. That's not the real Rogue Nation. Oh, fun. You got me. I respect it.
Don't ever do that again.
Okay.
that he was confronting
All right.
by blaming her later. Have a look.
Call the cops. Call the cops. Knew it. Saw you.
That, okay, couldn't figure out the parking brake. Fair. Curious.
There. She didn't know how to drive.
She just revving the engine?
Oh, I saw you. Oh, I see her over there.
So you guys are the one that did it to my car.
I mean, you could claim, oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was my car. But it's hard to claim that if you can't figure out the parking brake. Because if you have the same car. Anyway, also, if police did arrive at that situation, they could look up and be like, all right, let's check what you actually have registered to you. It's really easy to do for law enforcement. And then if they don't have that same car, yeah, that's going to be a big problem for her.
Go.
Not really a huge fan of how it's being handled, though. And not that I'm on her side. I'm just looking at this from possible issues legally. Is she has a defense saying, oh, I backed up, I left because there were a bunch of men walking towards me aggressively. I didn't know what was going on. If she can argue that she thought it was her car, I'm not saying she can, but she has a defense. It might not work, given the very limited amount of information, but I'm glad they caught whatever was happening. It's interesting, though. Archangel of Truth. Oh, it's our favorite, not a sovereign citizen. Welcome to the party, bud.
Okay, so this.
Like, if I found someone sitting in my car, I'd ask very reasonable questions, like, "Oh, this is my car. What's going on?" I let them answer, and if they said, "Oh, I thought it was my car," I can still take it to the police and see if that's accurate, and say, "Hey, can I get your ID just in case?" I'm calling the police, having them come check it out. But I would try to be very nice and polite to keep them there to get this investigated. But I would not be that aggressive. It's a whole thing.
Okay, so this Karen was at a hairdresser doing her hair.
Now, the reason I'm skipping past his commentaries, he has his commentary for fair use purposes. And if I don't include his commentary, then I don't have to deal with claims of using his content. Ha! Genius.
You want to leave? I will if you don't do my hair. You don't have your color on. You want to talk to me like that? Yeah. Robin! Sure. Robin, she's my assistant. She does hair. I want you to do my hair. I'm Robin, going to tell you again. Robin, don't talk to me that way. I can't. You can go. No, you're not going to talk to me that way. Oh my God. Robin, you can go.
It's fair. It's private business. If you're going to act a fool in front of them and call them names and talk to them inappropriately, whatever, they can absolutely kick you out. No question about it.
Robin, you're not going to talk to me disrespectfully. Well, then you don't either. I'm not.
I do question why it's being filmed, though. Is that just where they have their security camera? It's weird. Palma, thanks so much. Says, are you doing an Apple Juice live stream tonight? Still waiting on the poll for poll. No, tonight I will not be doing a stream, which is why I'm doing it in the early morning, unfortunately. But Sunday I will be doing a stream. That's the plan. Archangel of Truth says, I am a Christian sovereign constitutionalist. Okay, so a sovereign citizen. Great. He says that I am a sovereign citizen according to its original use. No, that's not even close to accurate. Our Lord and Savior, Taser Daddy, peoples. I love it. Eventually I'm going to have it changed, but maybe not. Yeah, don't act a fool with someone who can ruin your entire style. Maybe just a thought.
Do my hair. Right. I want you. Right. And just relax. Take it back. I will. Take it back. Robin, you can't talk to people like that and think that people are just gonna do whatever you say.
Keep it criminal. Oh my God. I'm not reading it. but I read it.
I came to get my hair. I know, and I am running a full-blown business, and I'm training her. And she, wait, really? Honestly, Robin, if you don't want to hear me out and like get to the resolution of this, my daughter. You know what? I have a lot of pressure too, Robin. We all have pressures. Let's just end this. Here, Robin. Honestly, I appreciate you. Like, I'm wasting so much product, and like, I don't want you to waste your time, but that was a lot. Like, I'm gonna need you to go. Okay.
That was actually handled pretty well. Just, hey, if you're not going to behave yourself, you got to go. She left, not a problem. They might have lost a customer, but I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all.
Okay, so this male Karen was caught and exposed and
Delete it. Delete it in front of me. Right now. Embarrass you. I want to embarrass you. Now go ahead and delete it. Delete it in front of me right now. Go ahead.
Don't take my...
I'll stay right here. Let's go. And show me what you took a picture of. I want to see it. I want to see right now what you took a picture of. Come on.
Again, he can probably just walk away.
Come on.
Oh, keeping it criminal. Solid slap back. I respect it. Archangel of Truth says, what is the original use of sovereign citizen according to you, Blue Bacon? Well, that depends on if we want to go way back. Now, way back, it would be someone who wants the protections of the government, but doesn't want the responsibilities. That's always been the case. And then the 70s, 80s, it became very relevant to the sort of the tax protest movement under William Potter Gale, who made it more about Christian constitutionalist sovereigns. It's funny that you bring up Christian sovereign constitutionalist, because basically exactly William P. Gale's nonsense, the guy who basically kickstarted the modern sovereign citizen movement, which is why I say, oh, that is a sovereign citizen, because just because you change the words around, the meaning's still the same, right? If I'm like, I went to the beach, I also said, I went to the ocean. I went to the same place, and yet use two different words for it. Shocking, I know. Why don't you tell me what you think the original definition is?
There you go. Look, pictures of my girlfriend. Right there.
Boom. Currently, again, just walk away. Don't do this. But you're not going to win. You're not going to... There's nothing good can come out of being like, okay, I'll show you the pictures. Just walk away.
I'm not shaking your hand.
Okay, yeah, don't stop. Sorry for taking pictures. No, walk away.
Yeah, you're just hanging out.
Might be drunk.
Oh, yeah, he'll
Still don't want to... Who the cares? We're adults here.
Adults doing this? Are you kidding me? I should break this glass over your face right now.
Okay, so this customer...
Not communicating a threat because he said should. So it's not imminent. But still.
Taking all of the items off the ship when she realized she made a borrowed bingo.
Oh, this should be fun.
Show to see y'all again.
She can be charged for the damage to the property, the restocking fee, trespass from the store. It could be disorderly conduct if she put people in fear for their safety, which swinging her arms like that, sure. Oh, she's in a lot of trouble, potentially. Like, we're 3 seconds in and it's already a big deal. Oh, okay. Archangel of Truth has replied. Before we get into this, says, wrong, Blue Bacon, and I can prove it with both Juan Galt's video and Artie's explaining its original use in court cases. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with its original use in court cases, where people are like, I'm sovereign, I don't have to obey the government as individuals, and then the modern movement. Yeah. Wait, isn't Juan, is it Juan Galt, is he a sovereign citizen? Hold on. I think of someone else. Oh, John Galt is in Atlas Shrugged. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, Juan Galt is pretty sure a crazy person. Unless I'm thinking of someone else. Nope. Never mind. No, there are multiple Juan Galt YouTube channels. One is a crazy person. One is apparently not. My bad, Juan. I'm sorry. I don't know. Ex-sov turned lawyer. That's okay. So that's my confusion because I knew the name, and I was thinking like I don't remember him being on the up and up, but I must be thinking of like way back when, before he flipped. I'm sorry, Juan. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm pulling this out of my booty here. Don't mean to disrespect you. I must be thinking of the old days. But it's on me. I love how, by the way, Archangel for Truth just said, "Oh, these other people say you're wrong." I didn't ask what they said. I'm asking what you think the definition is, champ. What is it? Taco, thanks so much. Says Rogue's a journalist. He works for RT as Russia propaganda. Hi, Blue Bacon. Love the midday stream. Check your DM. Oh, I will. Don't mind if I do. Checking it right. You know what? We're interrupting the stream to check it. Oh. There you got me. All right.
Play with me again. Play with me again.
Ooh, that's an expensive outburst. Oh, don't. Oh, no.
You going to jail.
Oh, they locked her in? Yeah, I mean, citizen's arrest at that point should be entirely valid. Let's see. Let me look at the... Yeah, there's going to be some heavy restocking fees. Archangel for Truth says, according to both Juan and Artie, sovereign citizens is what the people were all originally understood as. Sovereign from the king. Citizens that are sovereign from the king. In what context am I using it in now? Not that, champ. The context is people who've taken the term and perverted it into something that is not correct to make terrible, dumb arguments. So, in the context of that, you're a sovereign citizen. Try harder. Oh, Juan Gall is here. Is that are you the real one? I'm sorry for being wrong. That's on me. Posse Comitatus. Yes. Okay, I recognize that name. Welcome to the light. Wait for it. Hold on. You know what? No, I'm gonna keep that. Welcome to the light. Didn't mean to click that, but it worked. Love it. Anyway.
You going to jail. I don't give a...
Yeah, I think she does give a...
Call the loud on her.
Give a fudge.
You're going to jail now.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
You'll get going.
You're looking at my face.
Call the loud on her. You're going to jail now. You'll get right when them laws come.
Oh, she gonna smack him? All right, taunting them like this is not a good idea, because if she does smack him, she does have a defense that I was taunted and he brought it upon himself. And is it a good defense? Not necessarily. Is it a defense? Yeah, actually, right? You don't want to be doing that. It weakens your side of things. Robert Davis, thank you so much, says that hairdresser is a TikToker, which is why she has the camera. The whole Robin video is worth a watch. Robin that was a Karen. She tries hitting the hairstylist. What? Oh, I see. Okay, that makes more sense then. Oh. I might have to find that at some point. Irish Girl, thank you so much. Good to have you here. Love it.
You can't get...
Rogue Nation, I've already told you I'll debate you about your misunderstandings of the public forum doctrine, and you were too scared to do it. But don't try to call us out when you've already gone running. Well.
Get out! You can't get out! Bye-bye.
Okay, so this...
No, not very satisfying ending, huh?
Yes, I did. Can you?
You're lying.
But you said that you were gonna clean it up. No. You looked at me and you said, I'm gonna clean it up.
No, it's not true. You are lying.
So why were you running away?
I'm doing exercise.
Away from me?
I'm guessing her dog pooped. She didn't pick it up. Now that might be a violation of local ordinance dealing with dog fecal matter. Right? They'd probably phrase it better. But following someone to confront them on a video, you might run some issues with harassment stalking. Unlikely, because technically it's documentation of someone walking away after violating an ordinance potentially, but know your ordinances before you do this kind of thing, and you probably only want to do it for as long as it's necessary to identify who it is. Just my recommendation, not a lawyer, not legal advice, just how I would personally do it. Arcane Truth is back. So he says, so according to its original meaning, you are a sovereign citizen, right, Blue Bacon? No. I don't even know if you're correct about that. Original meaning. Well, tell you what, champ. I'll get back to you on that. I'll look at what Artie said because I trust what he has to say. Juan Gall, apparently a good source. I'll look at that, and then maybe we can revisit this when I actually know and can confirm what you're saying is true. Because I don't trust a thing that comes out of your mouth, and in this case, fingers, based on your everything that you've ever said on my channel. But cool.
No. But that's not how you do exercise. You're wearing flip-flops.
And she's running.
Miss.
Laroche, hey, good morning. Can't stay long. Just wanted to poke my head and say, hey, hello. How's it going? Good to have you here. Yeah, it's a weird time stream, you know. Dan Kerr, shout out to you. Arisen, I will check it out. I will have to look at Juan's stuff. I did not realize where Juan was at right now. The whole information spectrum. It's good to know. That's why I love these streams. I learn so much.
Yes, what is a big deal to clean up after your dog? Even when I explained to you that children play their sports, you said yes, you understand, and you will clean it up. And now you're running away. Why is it so hard to clean up your dog? You had a plastic bag in your hand. Huh? Okay, so here's what...
Not how this should be done. I'm telling you. Because if she was charged with, like, oh, you didn't pick up after your dog, all she has to do is say, this woman came after me, and I was super uncomfortable, so I had to walk away. Right? She scared me off. I know what was happening. And that might be enough to make the prosecutor be like, yeah, it's not worth it.
What are we gonna do? He's gonna see...
Be old man, but of smell of the
no.
body.
Just no.
More people, the old man taking pictures.
Delete.
Okay.
Delete the photos of us.
But please sit next to me and not stand over.
There's a lot of jiggling happening.
I'm sorry.
I'm just making sure you're deleting them all. And from your recently deleted. Oh my god, I just saw a video of me, sir.
Sorry.
You guys understand you can find all this stuff on the internet, right? Like, go pay for an OnlyFans. Or find it for free. Speaking of OnlyFans, what should my first video set be? I'm joking, by the way. That's a joke. For now.
Yeah, can you delete that?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this suburban area, this Karen is really triggered by a BLM. They smash lips on the...
Oh, I've seen this one. Oh, this one's great. All right, so we'll figure it out. There's some questions I have that we'll get to. Okay, spraying, maybe not a good call. Here's the thing: if this is the homeowner and this person's on their property, they're probably okay. Maybe not a good call. Call the police. Call the police. I have someone trespassing, they won't leave. Spraying them. It's going to depend on the state, isn't it? It also depends on what the situation is, right? If the person in this video, okay, the problem is, there's so many possibilities of what it could be and what the appropriate response would be in whatever state. There's so much context that is needed, which is why I'm very frustrated when people try to make an entire thing out of zero context. Which is what we're exactly going to do right now within limits. Irish Girl, thank you so much. Karen, poop and run. And Sergey says, I forget where this was, but somewhere they started a database of local dog DNA and then tested the poop against the database to find the owners. Oh, I love that so much. Yes. Oh, Robbie Anderson says you need that stripper pole for your OnlyFans. My OnlyFans will be tasteful. Thank you very much. I just gotta work out a little more. Okay. Anyway, so let's say they had a conversation and things are getting kind of heated, and this person's like, I need this person on my property because I'm afraid that it's going to escalate. So I'm going to spray them to get them to back off of my property. Okay. It also gives this person defense, say, I was being sprayed and wanted it to stop because that's maybe assault. Depends on the state. See, that's where it depends on the state. Oh, this one gets weirdly complicated without knowing most of the context. There's a lot of direction. There are many directions it could go. We're just going to watch it while I'll finish speculating later.
Oh my God.
Oh, don't.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now, if she's going to attack him, it has to be for the purpose of stopping that other person from using the hose. Anything other than that would be assault.
Go home, girl.
Doesn't seem to be working out too well for her.
God. You're gonna lose that battle. Okay, now I think maybe we should call somebody.
That's kind of funny, though.
You think?
It is like the scene from Fight Club. Yes.
Yeah.
Please get off my property.
Okay, so that person is trespassing, but I think a prosecutor would look at this and go, no, just both of you stop. Put it in paperwork, get a no contact order. I don't know. Hold on. This might be relevant.
Is it 911? Yeah. Probably call 911. Do you want me to call?
This customer got into a disagreement.
Pay for.
We just want our pop.
Can we get our coke? Are we gonna hold up the line all night till we get our coke? I didn't say nothing till I heard you talking about our gift card. Hey, my man, I'm a grown man.
Can we just get our pop?
My man, can I get my coke, bro?
Oh, hold on. We got a donation from Rogue here. I missed it. It says, I will quit auditing if any of these loser watchdogs will debate me on the Constitution, general law with a law professor as moderator on a non-biased platform. Really? We can set that up. You'll quit auditing permanently, win or lose. You'll quit auditing merely because someone engaged you in debate. I'll take you up on that. Yeah. Super simple. We're going to have a contract. It's going to have to address what happens if you fail to uphold your end of the bargain. Maybe some consequences. I don't trust anything you say. I don't believe you at all. You've been known to be wrong a lot. Caught you in a few lies. So I'm not going to just trust you, right? As far as non-biased, objective non-biased, sure. I don't even, you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care if it's non-biased or not. If it's a condition of debate, right? The mere fact that a debate has occurred, you will stop auditing? Sure. We're going to define what auditing is. We're going to define what a debate is. It's all going to be written. It's all going to be a contract. We're both going to sign it, have it notarized, whatever. And there are going to be conditions for your failure to hold up your end of the bargain. You want that? You want it? You'll just stop auditing. You'll get a real job. You'll integrate successfully into society. Now, I can't make you do that, but that would be certainly something that would probably happen if you stopped acting a fool. Ooh, keeping it criminal brings up some good stakes. Delete your channel and go to law school if you lose, Rogue. Raise the stakes. You want to play this game with me? I'm better at it than you are. This whole, oh, I'll do this if. I used to do this stuff professionally, champ. I'm an experienced interrogator. Now, I don't know what specifically you want to bring up about the Constitution, what the debate specifically is. A debate about the Constitution? That's a very vague, broad topic. So we're probably going to have to shrink it down a little bit. But if it's a condition of you showing up, okay. But you have to show up. There's going to be a punishment for failure to do that as well. Waiting on you. Where'd you go? Where did you go, Rogue? Where is it? Where's your comment? What do I get out of it? We already know you're wrong. What do I get out of it? The fun of proving you wrong again to your face? I don't need that. I can just do that based on all of the videos you've ever uploaded. Any day now, champ. Got a minute. If Rogue wins, I should delete my channel? Nah, I'm not going to. Oh, was it the fake one that said that? Did I get bamboozled again? Nope, that was the real one. No, I wouldn't be surprised if you left after sending that. Coward. Anyway, let's do this one last video, then I gotta get out of here. Actually do things with my day.
Money back then.
We just want our pop.
Well, can I get my money back? Can I get my money back? Well, can I get my Coke then? Okay.
Says you can get your Coke when you stop being disrespectful to me. I mean, she's not technically wrong. It's her private business. It seems like this is a issue with a failure to provide an item that was paid for. So yes, you can request that they behave professionally. But additionally, if they don't reasonably get their drink, this is a civil issue. They could take the small claims. Of course, they're not going to because it's a $2 Coke or whatever it is. Nobody here is right, I think. And like I respect a worker filming to be like, this is what happened, right? But also you got cameras. I'm fairly certain with this McDonald's, they have cameras right there that are going to record the entire thing. I imagine. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. If not, ignore this. But to be like, I'm going to film you doing this, haha. It gives me bad sort of vibes of like, oh, the TikTok era where everything has to be documented for social clout. I don't know if that's what's happening. If this was a real issue, I love having that camera angle. But if it's just, oh, this person's disrespectful and I'm mad about it, not great. Archangel Truth says, did you swear an oath to uphold the 9th Amendment enumerated rights? Do you want the oath that I swore? Do you want me to read that out to you? I'm giving my oath of enlistment. I, Blue Bacon, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to the regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice, so help me God. I've sworn that oath twice, once when I enlisted and once when I re-enlisted. Shout out to my lieutenant who re-enlisted me. He is a champion among men. And then there was another oath. I don't have these memorized. I don't even remember the NCO creed. and decreed in the non-commissioned officer. I am a something competence watchword. I don't remember. I could probably figure it out if I really wanted to. Comes to my watchword. Too basic. Oh. MPs had their own additional swearing oath ceremony. I think it might have just been like the military police creed. Well, I don't know that that was an actual oath. But yeah, that's my oath of enlistment. So if the Ninth Amendment falls under that, champ, I think you have an answer, don't you? There you go. All right, let's finish this one. Let's finish it.
She's talking really negative. She's.
Oh, that's assault. Oh, I don't care what happened. That guy is absolutely wrong. Oh, no. All right, banned from all McDonald's. Assault. And then they can pursue civil charges for having to clean it. Maybe. That one's a bit iffy. If they were feeling really ambitious. But counter argument, well, the floors get cleaned every night anyway, so no. And they're already working. I don't know. Wow. Okay, we're going to rewatch it without my commentary.
She's talking really negative. She's.
Take that fuck now.
Okay, so.
What a one to end it on. Ladies and gentlemen, my God. Oh, no. Ugh. Archangel says, have I ever violated someone's unenumerated rights? Archangel, I've never violated anyone's rights. Thank you very much for asking, though. I'd love to see you prove me wrong. But, yeah. Wow. That's assault. That's a problem. Woo! Anyway. That's it. That's it for our morning stream. Hour and a half, a little more. Not a bad Andrew. Love it. There you go. And apparently Rogue Nation did run away because he didn't want an answer to his question. Huh. But let's see what we got coming up. Sunday, myself and a friend who you've seen before. You guys, if you've seen my streams where I do the police simulator, we're going to be playing. And then that's going to be a good time. We're going to be playing, I think we're going to be doing Gary's Mod. And it's a police role play server. And we've done Gary's Mod on this channel way back. But this time, we're going to be sovereign citizens. Now, usually when I play Gary's Mod, what I do is I'll commit crimes in a manner that I know the role-playing police aren't going to correctly deal with. So, for example, I will print money, but you can only see the money printer. You can only tell the money printer exists from the backyard. And then we go and commit something suspicious in the front yard. Oh, man, I got so heated about this. Anyway, so, okay, let me tell you the story of what happened. Because I like to mess with it. And then I get so mad that they're wrong and don't know what's happening. It's a police roleplay server. You'd think they'd know. Tequila Mockingbird, thank you. His elevator does not go up to the penthouse. It's distracted. Anyway, so what I did was I put a money printer in the second floor of a house. You can only see the money printer from the backyard. My friend, Dirk, that's the name he goes by during these, went to the front, got out a shotgun, and started doing squats. Now, this role-playing is supposed to take place in I forget what state. In that state, it is legal to have a shotgun on your property. However, in the role-playing server, it wasn't. So that's our bad. That's our bad. Really, we wanted to see how the police would respond to something conducting a lawful activity with a gun in a situation that was not real life, putting people in danger. However, we were wrong because server rules explicitly said, so it could be considered a local ordinance. Fine. Police came, they detained him, they saw me in the house, they went into the entire house and the backyard. Not how that works. I tried to say, why would you arrest me? Why would you arrest me? They said, we need to see if there were other crimes happening. That's not how that works, ladies and gentlemen. You found the one crime, you had no reason to believe any other crime was involved. I did get an admin involved, they went, no. Like, bruh. If that was real life, super illegal. Like, I'm winning hundreds of thousands of dollars, potentially. Who knows? Right? That's an easy lawsuit. There were no other crimes that they would have been aware of. Yes, they found something, but fruit of the poisonous tree. It was an illegal search. They didn't have a warrant. They had no exigent circumstances, a whole thing. And then the police officer's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm in college for criminal justice. I'm like, cool, dude. So I was federal law enforcement for 6 years. Yeah, I went through a lot of schools. Good luck. Anyway, it was a whole thing. And I got unreasonably heated because it's a video game. So I shouldn't have been. And it happens every single time. And it's fun. We intentionally try to get them to mess up. And I still get mad. It's a whole thing. It's like being an auditor, but nobody's really affected. And it's all for fun. But this time we're going to intentionally like drive around and be like, oh, I'm not in commerce. I didn't sign a contract with you. It's going to be great. We're gonna be super soft sit about it. It's gonna be delightful. We played lawyers on that mod too, and just messed around. And we had a moderator stop us at one point, or was it us, or was it just him? I don't remember if it was my story or his story. I think I was there, where the moderator said, "You guys need to stop. You're taking longer than the jail time would." But the judicial fiat, a judicial car. I'm just having fun. What is he talking about? An order or a decree, especially an arbitrary one. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't really care what you say, Archangel of Truth, because everything you say is nonsense. So, I did learn something from you today, though. I don't think you intended for that, but I did. So yeah, so Sunday, we're hoping to do a stream in the afternoon at some point. I'll keep you updated on that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great time. And I'm going to wear a Sovereign Citizen outfit for you guys. It's going to be great. And Rennie says, can we ask those who haven't hit the like button to do so, please? Oh, yeah, absolutely, guys. If you want to hit the like button, by all means. Yeah. I'd love it. For me? Would you do it for me? Please? Anyway, but that's it. That's all I got. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been great. It was fun. It was fun doing this in the morning, when I have energy. But I had to limit my apple juice intake, so. Which I am out. I'm getting more. But Raymond, confirmed, not first. Happy Friday to you as well. So, you guys have been delightful, as always. Can't wait to see you again on Sunday. You know how much I love the streams. I got some fun videos coming out, hopefully, in the future. And just keep being you. Keep coming back. And until the next time, be good. And let me find my button before I finish it. Be safe. Wait, Chibi, I missed your super chat. What was your super chat? Wait, I'm back. What? Oh, it said I made it through an entire stream. It happened. It did. It was good to have you. Thank you. Let me check to make sure I didn't miss anything else. I know. Sometimes I start rambling. No! I'm not done yet. All right. For real this time. Until the next time. Wait, let me just check real quick. Okay. All right. For real. I'm leaving for real this time. All right, bye. Till the next time. Be good. Stay safe.